Ay, si estoy hablando.
Can you see me?
Yes.
Good. Well, friends, number 1, can you tell me the answer?
Come quickly.
Well, the first one is, yes, come quickly.
She told me to come quickly.
Excellent. She told me to come quickly. And in number 2, what about number 2?
She asked me if I had arrived before 7.
Yes, she asked me if I had arrived before 7. Some student says she asked me if I arrived past, and Cambridge accept this. I prefer the past perfect anyway. Now, number 3. Hi, Ainoa. Number 3, friends.
He asked me how my holiday was.
Yes,
I
she
don't.
asked me. Yes.
Sorry, I don't know if it is was or had been.
Had been or was is acceptable.
It's possible
Yes,
both.
it is. Yes, both are acceptable. You know, because it is in past, right? I prefer the past perfect, you know.
Hi.
I prefer the past perfect because when we study reported speech, we study the simple past become past perfect, right? Hi, Anne.
Hi.
So normally we transform the past simple into past perfect. In the exam, it's better to use the past perfect to guarantee that you are not making a mistake. So had been, for me, sensational.
So how had been my holidays?
No, how?
My
My
holidays
holiday
had
has
been.
been. Yes.
Okay.
Now, number 4. Who can tell me number 4? Number 4.
I have written the same. She said she would have visited the hospital if she had known you were sick. I don't know.
Yes, she said she would have visited the hospital if she had known I was sick. Yes.
Yes.
And in 5 people,
She told me not to touch.
she told me not to touch. That's okay. That's okay. Anne, I need you to switch off
What?
the camera.
Okay.
Okay, good, good. Remember for the class, it is essential that you switch off the cameras and you switch off the microphones so we don't have any kind of interference, etc. Only use the microphone when you want to tell me something, right?
Okay, sorry.
Good. That is. Now, we are in number 5.
6.
In 6. So number 5 is she told me not to touch. And in 6,
She asked me if I usually cooked at home.
yes, she asked me if I usually cooked at home. What about number 7?
She said they had never been to Scotland until the year before.
Aha, very good, very good. Until the year before, until, yes. And number 8?
She told me to arrive early.
Correct. Correct. And number 9.
She said
Sorry, Jerry.
Yes.
Number
8.
8, it would be possible. She told me to make sure I arrived early.
Yes. Let me have a look to the initial sentence. This is number 8.
8.
8. Make sure. Yes, why not? Yes, yes.
And arriving past.
She told me to make sure I arrive early.
But arrive in past.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Number 9.
She said that she should have studied for the exam.
Yes, yes. She said that optional. She should have studied harder for the exam. Very good. And number 10, friends. Miriam, what do you think of number 10?
Yeah, it's she asked me if I would mind telling her how to get to the art gallery.
So she asked me if I would mind
Telling her,
how to get to the art gallery. Yes, that's an option. Yes,
Jerry,
yes,
it's possible she asked me how to get to the art gallery?
yes. And that is what I was expecting.
Okay.
Yes, that is what I was expecting, because normally, if I would mind and things like that are eliminated in the reported speech. But if you use it, it is right. So the options are, the favorite of Cambridge is, she asked me how to get to the art gallery. But if the student report, she asked me if I would mind telling her how to get to the art gallery, well, that's acceptable too. It's very formal, but acceptable. 11, she asked me not to forget her book. Check it out. She asked me not to forget her book. If you have a different answer, tell me, because maybe your answer is right. And what about number 12?
She ordered me to make sure I arrived at 6.
Could you repeat?
She ordered me to make sure I arrived at 6.
She ordered me to make sure, let me see the sentence. Make sure you arrive at 6. She ordered me to make sure I arrive at 6. Yes, this is possible.
she told me to arrive at 6.
She told me.
The normal way is this, she told me to arrive early.
Okay.
Arrived at 6.
It's at 6. I'm sorry. Because it says make sure. No, make sure you arrive at 6. Yes, but I was reading something different. It was in number 8. Are we in number 12? Sorry, I'm confused now.
Yeah, they are similar.
They are similar, right? But we are in number 12 or
Yes.
8?
In
12. 12. Okay. So you are right, Ivan. She told me to arrive at 6. Yes. 13. What about 13?
She told me to
She
study.
yes.
Yes, Anna?
She ordered me to remember to study hard.
Yes. She told me to remember to study hard.
Jerry,
Uh,
I have another option.
yes?
She remembered me to study hard. It could be possible.
No,
Okay.
because you are confusing remember with remind me.
Okay,
Remember
okay.
es acuérdate de, remind is hazme acordar, recuérdame.
Okay,
So
okay.
if you use remind me, it is acceptable, right? But not
Vale.
remember.
Okay.
Well, she told me to remember to study hard. And number 14, she asked me where I wanted, there is something bad here. 13.
To eat that night.
This is sentence 14. Where do you want to eat tonight? So the answer is she asked me where I wanted to eat that night. She asked me where I wanted to eat that night.
Jerry,
Yes.
it's possible to eat tonight and to eat that night. Both options.
Well, yes, Ivan, because maybe we are in the same day.
Okay.
Yes. But in the exam, friend,
Yes.
tonight becomes that night, right? In the exam,
Ah.
be mechanic. Be
Okay, okay.
mechanical. Okay. Number 15. What about 15, Martha Moreno? Sit. 15.
She told me she usually drinks coffee in the mornings.
Drinks.
No, drink, sorry.
Drink.
She
No, you are reporting.
Drunk.
Drunk.
oh,
Present
it's true,
becomes.
it's true.
Yes. So she said, she told me, whatever, that she usually drank coffee in the mornings. And 16, what about 16, friends? Javi, can you tell me 16?
Yes.
Jerry, isn't it?
Yes? Yes?
I have a doubt. What if
Yes.
we are talking about a routine, drinking coffee usually?
Yes? In the initial set, you
Javi.
refer to 15, right? Sentence 15.
Yeah.
15 says,
Yes.
I usually drink coffee in the mornings. And now, when you report, present becomes past. But logically, this is
Yeah, I know,
a little bit mechanical, you know? It is a little bit mechanical because the routines don't change so fast, right? So your idea is, she said that she usually drinks, yes, she said that she usually, no, because you are reporting in past, right? So present becomes
Okay, thank you.
past. I understand your confusion, right? But I am preparing you for an exam, and I don't want you to get confused with the exam. She said that she usually drank coffee in the mornings. So use the past in this
thank
case,
you.
friend. And 16, Javi.
Yes. Um, do you like studying English? She
She
asked.
asked, yes, she
Yes.
asked, or she
She
asked
asked.
me if I liked studying English. Yes, good, very good, Javi.
Thank you.
17.
Like
What
in
about
past,
17?
sorry.
I know. I know.
17?
17, yes.
Hi.
Yes, I know. I hear you.
Okay. She told me that she would come and help me on Saturday.
Yes, that's good. She told me, she said, whatever, she would come and help me on Saturday. 18. Thank you very much, friend. Ana Huerta, help me with that.
They asked me to buy some bread on my way home.
Yes, she asked me to buy some bread on my way home. And what about 19, Natalie?
She told me to give that to John.
Aha, very good. And number 20, what about number 20? Can you help me with that, Marta?
Yes. She asked me if I could give her the glass on the table. If I could, oh sorry, if I could Give her,
Give
yes, the
her.
glass on the table.
Let me see something a minute, Martha. It's number 20.
Yes.
Could you give me the glass? Well, you know something, Martha, even when your answer is beautiful because it's very formal, what we normally report is with to give. She asked me to give her the glass on the table. She asked me to give her the glass on the table. It's what we normally report. The rest is a lot of complications, principally in the exam.
Okay.
So my advice is to make it short. Okay, that was the homework. And now what? Today we are, is that the only one? No, there was a reading on page 86. There was a reading on page 86. Reading and use of English, part 3. And it says, work in pairs. Well, impossible because in these conditions, add prefixes to these adjectives to make them negative. Good. In number 1, accurate. The opposite of accurate, who knows?
Inaccurate.
Inaccurate. Very good. And the opposite of important?
Unimportant.
Yes, with UN. Unimportant. And the opposite of selfish?
Unselfish.
Unselfish. The opposite of legal?
Illegal.
Illegal. The opposite of possible?
Impossible.
Very good. Regular.
Irregular.
Do you double the R or not?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
And in number 7, the opposite of similar? This. D-I-S. Dissimilar. So the opposite of similar is dissimilar. Double S, this, and similar. The opposite of tolerant is?
Intolerant.
Intolerant. I-N, intolerant. Now let's go to exercise 2. Well, I'm sorry, because it says, now change each negative adjective into a noun. I mean, in the case of inaccurate, what is the corresponding noun? Do you know?
Accuracy.
Yes, inaccuracy. What is the noun coming from unimportant? The noun of unimportant.
Important.
What?
Importance.
But on, no? On importance. On importance. What is the noun coming from unselfish? Nobody knows?
Unselfishness.
Yes, unselfishness. Difficult to pronounce, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, it's difficult because besides, these are words that we don't use very often, you know? Unselfishness. But what Cambridge is trying to do with this exercise is to widen your vocabulary, because sometimes in the exam, remember this exercise in which you have to use a derivative of the word on the right? Sometimes the students fail this part of the exam, not because they don't understand, but because they don't know the word. So unselfishness, and what is the noun coming from illegal? Illegality. Illegality. The noun from the word impossible.
Impossibility.
Yes, impossibility. And what is the noun coming from irregular?
Irregularity.
Yes, yes, very good. Irregularity. Now, what is the noun coming from dissimilar?
Dissimilarity.
Good, very good. And what is the word, the noun, sorry, coming from intolerant?
Intolerance.
Tolerance.
Yes, intolerance. Now let's go to exercise number 2. Sorry for this homework, but imagine doing this activity, so boring activity in class. So homework is the ideal because you have time of using your dictionary and things like that. In exercise 2, it says add prefixes to these verbs so that they have the meanings given. And it says in number 1, appear, and you have to find a word that means becoming invisible. So the opposite of appear,
Disappear.
disappear. When you disappear, you become invisible. For example, now, all of you are visible for me, right? So that is disappear. But now, in the case of claim, and they said a word derivative of claim that means claim back,
Reclaim.
reclaim. Very good, reclaim. And now, in number 3, you have the word inform. This is a verb, inform. And it says a derivative of inform that means to give the wrong information.
Misinform.
Misinform. Yes, always miss as a prefix that is before a word gives the idea that something was done but incorrectly. Misinform, the information was given, yes, but incorrectly. Now, number 4, judge. Yes.
Excuse me. And number 2, is possible disclaim.
Disclaim. So to claim back, no, because this claim is not to do it. Do you understand?
Yes.
And reclaim is that you are claiming back something.
Okay.
Is something that is yours, and you are claiming that.
Okay, thank you.
So in number 4, judge, and a word derivative of judge that means judge in advance. We do that several times, and I think this is incorrect. What is the word?
Prejudge.
What? Yes. Don't be
Prejudge.
afraid. Yes. Prejudge. We are always prejudging people, because of the way they are dressing or because they are physical aspect, and we prejudge something that is incorrect because sometimes people and things are not the same we think. So prejudge is number 4. In number 5, react is a verb, and it says a derivative of react more than is necessary. So react more than is necessary.
Overreact?
Correct. Overreact. It means that you are exaggerating a little bit. In number 6, stabilize, and it says a word coming from this one that means make something unstable.
Destabilize.
Yes, yes. Thank you for the chorus. Destabilized. Very good. Number 7, it says state, a derivative of a state that means describe something to make it less important.
Restate?
No, it's
Underestimate.
Yes, understate. Understate. And now, more complicated than this, a noun coming from disappear. Disappear is a verb. What is the corresponding noun? Yes. Can you repeat it?
Disappearance.
Disappearance, yes. And what is the noun coming from reclaim?
Reclamation?
Reclamation, yes. Number 3, a noun coming from misinform.
Misinformation?
Excellent. And number 4, a noun coming from prejudge. Nobody? Prejudgment.
I wrote misjudgment.
Ah, but that's different.
Yes.
Yes, it's prejudgment.
Prejudgment. Okay.
In number 5, what is the noun coming from
Overreaction.
Yes,
Overreaction.
yes, overreaction. Overreaction, very good. And what is the noun coming from destabilize?
I wrote destabilizing.
And this is correct. Yes,
Okay.
yes. And number 7, friends, a noun coming from understate.
Understatement.
Good. Yes, understatement.
Jerry,
Yes.
from judge, we can say prejudice as a noun.
Prejudice. I have never seen that. Maybe, but I would have to check the dictionary. Have you found it in the dictionary? Prejudice. Yes. What is the difference between prejudge and
Yes, it
prejudice?
exists.
Yes, but I have to study the difference. Do you understand the difference between these two words? So I'm going to copy this here. Can you spell it to me?
Yes, P R
Yes.
E
Yes.
J U D I C E.
Yes. I'm going to check what is the difference between one and the other. Thank you very much for this. It's very important to widen the vocabulary. So, friends, and now what? Exercise 3. Add prefixes to these nouns so that they have the meanings given. Biography, but what is the derivative of biography? That means when a person writes about himself or herself.
Autobiography.
Yes, but what about the pronunciation?
I don't know.
O.
Autobiography.
Yes, yes, similar to Australia, similar to Austria. See that?
Okay.
AU in,
Author
yes,
is the same, no? Author.
author, very good friend. Yes, author, Paula, Laura. Yes, you see, it sounds more or less. It's not exactly but more or less. Now, number 2, owner, but a derivative of owner that means a joint owner. Ah, yes. Yes, yes. Yes, I know the book. I know the book. Well, friends, can you answer this? A derivative of owner that means a joint owner.
Co-owner.
Yes, co-owner. In number 3, politician, a derivative of this word that means someone who was a politician in the past.
Ex-politician.
Yes, similar to Spanish, ex-politician. Number 4, trust. A derivative of trust that means feeling or being unable to trust someone.
Distrust.
Distrust
Or
or
mistrust.
mistrust. Yes, two possibilities, mistrust or distrust. In number 5, you have the word circle, and it says a derivative of circle that means half a circle.
Semicircle.
Yes, very good. Semicircle. Now make your answers into adjectives. Look at that. So what is the adjective coming from autobiography?
Autobiographical.
Yes, difficult, yes or no?
Yeah.
Autobiographical. Number 2, what is the adjective coming from co-owner? Ed, co-owned. Yeah. So you use own with ed, owned, co-owned. Now in number 3, what is the adjective coming from, what is the word in number 3?
Expolitician.
Ex-politician. Yes. No adjective. Maybe you never found an adjective coming from ex-politician because it doesn't exist. I don't know why Cambridge assigned this. Maybe to get you and me crazy. Now, number 4, mistrust. What is the adjective for mistrust? Because there is no adjective for distrust, It doesn't exist as an adjective. But mistrust has an adjective using full.
Mistrustful.
Mistrustful. Yes, it exists. And now, semicircle. What is the adjective?
Semicircular.
Yes, similar to Spanish. And we finished the homework, friends. Hallelujah. Finally, my God. Thank you for your patience. You are
Jerry,
really, really exceptional.
Jerry,
Yes,
do you have the answers of the reading?
the answer of the reading. What reading, friend? This
You
this
sent
exercise.
you sent it the other day, but you said you didn't have the solution.
I'm lost, friend. What
You
are you?
sent you sent it in WhatsApp group a reading, and on Monday you told us that you didn't have the solution.
Yes, you are right. I remember now. Sorry, friend. Yes, the problem is that when we made the decision of continue our classes, using this using internet through Skype, I thought I have brought everything from the academy, and I was wrong because there are many things that I left in the academy, and I don't have these answers here.
Okay, don't
Sorry,
worry.
friend. That's why. But maybe as soon as I have a chance, I will go to the academy and take the papers that I have there. But meanwhile, I have no answers.
Okay,
I'm
okay, don't
very
worry.
sorry. But I promise that I will check it as soon as possible.
Thank you.
Thank you, friend. Now let's begin finally our class. On page number 87, we have exercise 4. In exercise 7, no, this is not. Here. This exercise 4 over here. Can, can you see the page on your screens?
Yes.
Good. So we are going to dedicate some minutes to this exercise 4 here. Read the text about attitudes to truth in the media and answer these questions. Don't try to fill in the gaps at this stage. So at this stage, you don't have to fill in the gaps here. You have to answer these 2 questions. What does the writer accuse universities of? Concentrate on that. And what comparison does he make between television drama and news programs? Because it's very interesting. So read it rapidly, and when you have an answer, let me know. Remember, you don't have to fill in the blanks now. The only thing you have to do is to answer the two questions in exercise number 4. What does the writer accuse university of? Has anyone have an answer for this?
I think it is the writer accuses universities of this distrustfulness or distrust. I don't know how to say it, but they say they are not telling the truth to their students because they say that all what happens in television is completely true, and this is a wrong idea for students and for society in general.
Exactly, Javi. That is the answer, my friend. Exactly that. At university, teachers are teaching students that there is no truth in what television says, that everything is a lie, etc. So your answer is perfect. The second question is, what comparison does he make between television drama and news programs? Who can answer this? My monitor maybe can answer this. Ivan, do you know?
I think the comparison he makes between television drama and news programs is that television drama is about according to an spectacle, and news programs is about the main news of the day. I think it's different for people to choose that kind of programs.
Yes, but in general, what he says is that there is not much difference, you know, between the drama we see on television, like soap operas and things like that, and the news
The news.
programs. Yes, they say, or he says, that there is no a big difference between both. I mean, they are treating on television the news programs similar to the way they treat dramas and soap operas and shows, etc., the same way, according to this guy.
Yeah.
Friends, I think that now we should go to the filling of the spaces in blank. Exercise 5. Read the text again for question 1 to 8. Use the words given in capitals at the end of some of the lines, etc. You know the procedure of this exercise. So you have to use a derivative of the word on the right to fill in the blanks properly. Let's do it. Take your time, take it easy, and when you finish, send me a little message for me to know that I can check the answers. Well, I think you have finished. Most of you, at least. Let's check the answers. Broadcaster must find ways to regain public trust. The current problems over the truth and this is the example, honesty of television programs are symptomatic of a deep what, Martha?
Intelligent suspicion.
Intelligent. No, suspicion is a noun, so you need an adjective, and it is not. What do you think is the derivative of?
Intellectual.
Yes, the adjective intellectual. Intellectual suspicion about how such values are judged. In universities, several generations of students in media, cultural studies, and even what, Javi?
Even journalism.
Yes, even journalism, very good, have been taught that there is no such thing as truth, or what about the other one, Natalie? In number 3,
Inaccuracy.
correct, accuracy. Stress is in the A, accuracy. In television products, these are merely a construction, a spectacle produced for audiences who, in number 4, Ana Huerta,
Encode.
encode. The opposite of encode, Ana, the opposite, decode. Decode.
Decode.
Yes, decode, decode is the opposite of encode. Decode and consume them according to their own tastes. There is little what, my monitor? Ivan?
Difference.
Yes, there is little difference between an episode of a hospital drama and the main evening news. I have argued against the approach to understanding media, yet the depth of the problem for the TV companies is apparent in that there are now what, Ainhoa? Do you know? Ainhoa? Ana Reja?
Sorry?
Ana Reja? Can anyone answer this number 6? Anne?
Do you hear me?
Yes? Yes, I hear you.
Insisting, but someone told you already, so don't worry.
Yes, but your answer is?
Insisting.
With ing. Now insisting, no, insistent.
Insistent.
Yes, very similar to Spanish. Insistent. Insistent voices calling for the abandonment of the traditional principle of what, Mike?
Impartiality.
Yes?
Impartiality.
Impartiality, yes, that's correct. Very good. Impartiality, because it is thought impossible to give an accurate account of the full range of positions in a political what? Who knows?
Argument?
Argument. Perfect. So I'm going to repeat the answers for you to be sure about it. In number 1 is intellectual. In number 2 is journalism. In number 3 is accuracy. In number 4 is decode. In number 5, difference. In number 6, insistent. In number 7, impartiality. And in number 8 is argument. A typical exercise in your exams. And now what? Well, now exercise 6 for you to speak. This is an exercise for my students to speak. So the questions are, do you agree with the view that from the audience's perspective, there may be little difference between an episode of a hospital drama and the main evening news? What is your opinion about that? Take into consideration that I am not going to evaluate your position towards this topic or nothing. It's just for you to tell me your opinion. Do you agree with the view that from the audience perspective, there may be little difference between an episode of a hospital drama and the main evening news? What's your opinion about that?
I think sometimes it's true.
Yes.
And perhaps because of the spectacle or the show that many journalists or news program want for their audience.
Yes.
I think it's what we call sometimes like yellow press or something like that.
Yes, yellow press, tabloids, and things like that. Yes, you are right. You are right, Javi. Thank you for your participation. Number 2, how far do you trust television networks in your country? To tell you the truth, that is, how much do you believe in the press and television news here in Spain? Is there anyone who wants to give an opinion about this topic?
Shall
Yes.
I don't trust the media in this country because the media in this country is managed or drive or run by the government. So I think it's very difficult nowadays to trust in the press or the media, or the news.
Yes, I don't know what the opinion of other people is, but I think that Ivan is right. What's your opinion, Natalie, about this? Natalie? Is Natalie in class?
Jerry.
Yes?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
The question, am I speaking with Natalie? Is that Natalie?
Yes, I'm Natalie.
Natalie, the question is, how far do you trust television networks here in Spain? Do you trust in the newspapers and television news, etc., or not?
Well, I think that they tend to tell us the worst information so as to catch our attention. And sometimes I don't trust in TV networks or newspapers. For example, right now with coronavirus, they tend to tell us the worst part of it instead of positive information.
Good. Yes, Natalie, I agree with you. That's right. But I want you to know, friends, that it's not only in Spain, in all countries, even in North America, that we are so proud of the press and, even in North America, the partiality of the press is something that really make us feel embarrassed sometimes. The partiality of the press. Well, let's go on with our class because now we have to do something which is on the workbook page 42. So let's go to the workbook page 42 to do a different exercise. Workbook, this one. It is workbook page 42, reading and use of English, part 4. Can you see it on the screen?
Yes.
Good. This exercise is in your workbook, page 42, reading and use of English, part number 4, always part 4 in the exam. Maybe you remember these kind of exercises. For question 1 to 6, complete the second sentence so that it has a similar meaning to the first sentence using the word given, blah, blah, blah. Always the same. 0 is the example they give you. So you have to do from 1 to 6. I'm going to give you some minutes and I will wait for you to tell me a message, send me a message telling me that you have finished. Take your time and tell me when you finish. Very good. I know I finished, Miriam finished, Natalie finished, Anne finished. Very good. Anna Reja, my daughter finished. My monitor finished. Okay, I think that's fine. Okay, Javi, very good. Let's check the answers, friends. So it says, well, 0 is the example. We are not going to check it. Number 2, new programs or news, sorry. News programs should not be allowed to show disturbing images in the early evening. And you have to use prevented. So news programs should what? If you can write in the chat your answer in the space in blank.
Like a message?
Like a message, right? Or if you want to tell me, it's just the same.
Be prevented from showing.
Showing. Be prevented from showing. Yes, be prevented to show. Any other different answer? Remember that prevent is always followed by the preposition from. Prevent from. No, not prevent of, Javi. It's prevent from. So the answer is be prevented from showing. Okay, Javi. So I repeat the answer. Be prevented from showing. Ivan, I think you have the microphone on. You should switch it off.
Okay, let me check it.
So I repeat, in number 1, friends, the answer is news programs should be prevented from showing disturbing images in the early evening. Now, in number 2, I eventually managed to persuade Luisa that I was telling the truth, and you have to use succeeded. I eventually what? Maybe, yes? Yes? What about
in persuading?
succeeded in persuading? According to Ainhoa, succeeded in persuading Anna. Yes, and on. Why only on? Succeeding in persuading, succeeding on persuading. No, it's in. It's in succeeding. Always together, right? Try to memorize that. Tener éxito en succeeding, succeeding, succeeding. So the right answer is I eventually succeeded in persuading. Now persuading with ing because in is a preposition. In persuading Luisa that I was telling the truth. Any question? Number 3. George felt a sense of pride in the achievement of the family business. So you have to use proud. George what in number 3? Mike, do you know?
Felt
Miguel?
proud of what?
I heard a beautiful little voice and the answer was right. I don't know who spoke, I'm not able yet
Felt proud
to
of what?
identify your voice, but it was a beautiful girl voice telling a correct answer. Mike, do you have an answer for this? My friend Mike? Okay. No, don't worry, Mike. Don't worry, friend. So the answer is felt a proud sensation. No, George felt proud of what? George felt proud of what the family business had achieved. You can use was instead of felt. You can say, George was proud of what the family business had achieved. Both are acceptable. Felt proud or was proud of. And then what? Check it out. George felt proud of what the family business had achieved. Number 4 was proud because of what? Why not? Let me see. George was proud because of what the family business. Yes, yes, acceptable. Count it now the number of words. I was not able to do it because it was too fast. But remember, it is between 3 and 6. So if you are fulfilling the parameters, that's right. Number 4, unless the director gets the actor he wants for the main part, the film will be canceled. And now you have to use mean. If the director doesn't get the actor he wants for the main part, it would mean the cancellation. It will mean canceling. Ainoa, what is off? Why off, Ainoa? Will mean to cancel. Ainoa, I'm confused with your off. Will mean the cancellation of. Ainoa, what is the meaning of off? They go together. Yes, 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 I understand. I understand now. Yes, yes, I know. Thank you very much. So the correct answer is, if the director doesn't get the actor he wants for the main part, it will mean, and now 2 options, and I think you use them. One option is canceling, will mean canceling, or will mean the cancellation of. 2 possibilities, I repeat. Will mean canceling or will mean the cancellation of. Both are acceptable. Number 5, the reliability of the internet as a source of information is sometimes difficult to determine. And you have to use how. It is sometimes difficult to determine what? How reliable the internet is, according to Anne. How reliable is the internet, Martha? How reliable internet is? How reliable the internet is? Well, the answer is, it is sometimes difficult to determine how reliable the internet, always the internet, you know, always the article there with internet. I repeat, how reliable the internet is. It is sometimes difficult to determine how reliable the internet is as a source of information. The majority of your answers were right. 6. The employees suggested some improvement to the computer system which would make it easier to use, and you have to use forward. The employees what? The employees what, daughter? Anita Reja are looking forward to, I know, are looking forward to. Anita Reja, daughter. Mike put forward suggestion for, made some suggestion for to. Miriam, Anna Reja, don't know. Okay, daughter, be quiet. Nothing happens. Next time. Friends, The answer, because this was difficult not only in your class, but in other classes, very difficult. The answer is the employees put forward some suggestions for, or another possibility, the employees put forward some ideas for other students used. I know you didn't hear it. I'm going to repeat it now. The employees put forward some suggestions for, or the employees put forward some ideas for, suggestions about improving, no, for improving, not about improving, but for improving the computer system to make it easier. Questions? Okay. Very good, friends. Let's go to the vocabulary section. Some is totally necessary. Some. No, it's not necessary, Mike. Some students say there, you know, and it is acceptable. I mean, the employees put forward their suggestions, and this is acceptable too, Mike. Friends, let's go. Yes, sir. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Only noises. Well, let's go to the vocabulary section of this unit number 8. And the vocabulary is on page 89. So let's go to page 89 in your books. Page 89, vocabulary, talking verbs. Talking verbs. Page 89. Here. Maybe you can see it on the screen. Talking verbs. Complete the gaps in this summary with the verbs in the box. In the box, you have comment, discuss, say, speak, talk, and tell. These are the verbs you have to use, right? Complete the gaps in the summary with the verbs in the box in the correct form. Oh my God, in the correct form. Be careful with that, right? In some cases, more than one answer is possible. Let's do this exercise, which is going to be our last exercise in class today, right? And I will send you the homework through the WhatsApp group. Finish, and when you are ready, tell me to check the answers. Very good. Very good, Ivan. A question, is Paula Moreno here in class today?
Yes, I am.
Hi, Paula, how are you, friend?
Hello.
Hello. Well, the answers, friends, let's check this. The talking verbs. In part 3 of the speaking test, the examiner what? Who knows? You can write the answer if you want, or you can tell me.
The examiner tells.
Well, no, all the answers are incorrect. All the answers are incorrect, friends. Check it out. Martha, you are right. Tells. Natalie, tells. Yes, yes. Tells. That's correct. No says. No says. Tells.
And, sorry, will tell?
In part 3 of the speaking test, the examiner will tell the two candidates that they have no tells. It is present is better, yes. And the problem was the S, tells. The two candidates, if you write says, it is a big mistake because you never use an object after says. You never says who. You say what, but not who. You tell who what. You say what. Told Ivan. In part 3 of the speaking test, the examiner told the two candidates that they have to. No, because in that case that they had to. So it is in present, not in past. In part 3 of the speaking test, the examiner tells the two candidates that they have to what, friends? They have to what?
Talk.
Speak.
Talk. Talk is okay.
Speak.
Speak is okay too. Very good. So you can say the two candidates that they have to talk to each other or that they have to speak to each other. Yes, yes. For about 2 minutes. In the conversation you listen to the candidates what?
Discussing.
With ing. The yes. Candidate discussing the comparative importance of a number of influence on people, blah, blah. No, I think simple past is better. Simple past, Moreno. Moreno Sid. I think it's simple past ed. Analyze it. About 2 minutes in the conversation you listened to. You listen, so
Okay,
it's something
okay.
yes, you listen. It's in past. The candidates discussed the comparative importance of a number of influences on people's ideas and behavior. The first candidate started by, well, very easy, because by is a preposition. By what, friends? Yes, Anna. By saying, with ing, by saying that TV has a huge influence on people. They went on to on with the preposition on. What is the verb? Comment, Natalie, yes, comment on the influential role played by multinational corporations. During their conversation, the two candidates, for about blah, 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 talked, yes, spoke, acceptable too, talked or spoke for about the same length of time. And this way we finish our second historical coronavirus lesson. I hope you are healthy, happy as always, because you are very happy in classroom. So I hope you don't lose this happiness. The homework has been sent to you by the WhatsApp group. I hope you have it. Can you feedback me, telling me that you receive it or not? Have you received the homework? Good. Hola, Moreno. Hola, Moreno. Yes, thank you very much. So, friends, thank you, friends. This is all for today. See you next class. Enjoy, if possible, the staying at home. Try not to move too much, friends. It's not a good idea to go walking around in these terrible moments, right? So take care of yourself. Thank you very much. See you next week.
And just teacher, sorry, I just remind to the students that they have the class is recorded, so they can find it, in the chat of the same class. So if they need to review it or something, the class is gonna be a recording, in the chat. So that's it.
Good, very good. Thank you, George.
No problem.
Bye bye, friends.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.